Hello, and it is time for math. It is Monday, and we are starting our last topic for first grade, and that is topic 15, and we are going to be working on geometry. You don't have any pages to do, but all you're going to need this week and probably next week is a piece of paper or a dry erase board, because in my videos I'm going to ask you to draw certain shapes. I'm going to ask you to look for certain things with the shapes that I'm going to be teaching you. Okay, today's lesson is 15-1, and if you watched the Pearson video already, you might be familiar with some of the things that I'm going to say. But there is an activity today that you are going to do with me. Again, it's just with a piece of paper or a dry erase board, whatever is easiest for you. So if you can go grab that and come right back, we'll get started. Okay, so today's topic, geometry, we're practicing plane shapes. That's the topic. That's the subject that we're going to be working on, plane shapes. What are plane shapes? Plane shapes are also known as two-dimensional shapes. That means they're flat, okay? The ones that you already know are a circle, right? You learn that in preschool and kindergarten. A square, a triangle, a rectangle, and I'm going to introduce you to two more shapes today that you're going to be hearing me say and talk about today and tomorrow. And one of them is called a hexagon, and a hexagon has 6 sides. Okay, remember the sides are what makes up the shape. So a hexagon has 6 sides. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little lopsided, but there are 6 straight lines to that shape. It's called a hexagon. And how I tell kids to remember hexagon is in the word hexagon, there's an X, and in the number 6, there's also an X. So we remember a hexagon has 6 sides. X, hex, 6. They both have the X. Hexagon has 6 sides, okay? And the last one you're going to learn about is called a trapezoid. And a trapezoid has 4 sides. The top line is a little bit shorter than the bottom line. And then the 2 lines connect. Okay? So that's a trapezoid. And actually, if you look at the hexagon, which you're going to learn too this week, you're going to learn that a hexagon is actually made up of 2 trapezoids. Cool, right? That's geometry. Geometry is the study of shapes, and that's what we're going to be working on today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for your work today, on your dry erase board or on your piece of paper, all I'm going to do is I'm going to say a shape, and all you're going to do is draw it on your paper. That's it. So simple, because I want you to get used to hearing the shape words, and I want you to be able to draw them all on your own. Some things that you need to know is that shapes have lines. Okay, they have sides. We also call them sides. You're going to hear that a lot in 2nd grade when you start geometry. Okay, so a circle is round. That's really different from all the rest of them. The rest of the shapes have straight, pointed sides. Okay, and those points meet at a certain spot. Okay, you're going to hear about angles. That's another word, a big one, angles. A square and a rectangle and a trapezoid, they all have 4 sides. I'm going to trapezoid down here. Trapezoid. Okay, so sometimes you'll see a teacher draw little lines like this. That's showing or representing the sides of the shape. Okay, circle doesn't have any sides. It's just a round curved line, whereas our square and our rectangle and our trapezoid have 4 sides. Triangle only has 1, 2, 3 sides. And a hexagon, you'll never forget this now because you know that X has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase my board. We're going to practice drawing plane shapes today. Pretty simple. Simple math activity. Okay? So just clear your board or clear your paper. Okay? And I'm going to divide my board up into 4 squares for the first activity. Okay, so there you go. Just draw 4 big squares. Okay, and if you want to write the word on top so you can get used to practice spelling the words, you can totally do that too. Okay, so the first one I want you to do, I want you to draw a square here, S-Q-U-A-R-E. Then I want you to draw a trapezoid. And then a hexagon. And lastly, I want you to draw a triangle. Okay, so I'll give you a couple seconds to work on that. You're going to draw a square, a trapezoid, a hexagon, and a triangle. Go ahead. Okay, so for your square, you should have drawn a four-sided shape. And remember, with the square, all sides are the same. Okay, so it has four sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are all the same. Let's go closer. There's a light glare. You see that? Ugh. That glare. Okay, the next one is a trapezoid. Now remember, trapezoid also has four sides. The top line is shorter. The bottom line is longer. That's how I try to draw it. And then you connect the two lines, sort of like on an angle or a slant. Okay, that's a trapezoid. Okay. Hexagon, I see the X. I know that a hexagon has an X and the number 6 has an X. So a hexagon has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this is a typical hexagon, but if you drew a shape that just has 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's also a hexagon, guys, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any shape that has, a plain shape that has 6 sides is called a hexagon, okay? And your last one is a triangle, so you should have drawn a 3-sided shape. 1, 2, 3. That's a triangle. Simple, Simon. Okay, now for fun, what you can do is you are going to make a picture if you want. Okay, so on a plain piece of paper or your dry erase board, whatever you want. And then you can take a picture of it and you can send it to Mrs. Sirigliano so I can take a look at your picture. But I want you to use the new shapes that you learned to create your own picture. Anything you want. Okay, you can make a house, you can make a sun, you can make a car, you can make a mailbox, whatever you want to draw in your picture. A robot. Remember the robots that Mrs. J did with us a couple weeks back? You're using plain shapes to make robots. So what I want you to do is to create a picture just for Mrs. Sirigliano to see using your geometric shapes. You can color it if you want. You don't have to. You can just draw a picture, snap a little picture of it, a photo, send it to Mrs. C through my email, and I'll take a look at your shapes, okay? Try to use squares. Try to use trapezoids. Try to use hexagons. Also triangles. And of course, don't forget your circle and your rectangle. Remember, rectangle has 2 longer sides and 2 shorter sides. It could go this way, it could go this way. All right, have fun, guys. I can't wait to see your pictures. See you later.